Hey everybody, welcome back to Extreme Warfare Revenge. This is episode number 5. My name is Andy, the Uncommentator. Quick recap of what we've done so far. So we've done a month's worth of booking. We've done 4 shows so far. We've sent off a promo tape, hoping to get a TV deal. And yeah, that's about it really. So let's crack on with it. So we're going to be moving on for the first time, starting a new month. Now normally at the beginning of a month you get more emails than you would any other day, which is why it's taken slightly longer to load. We'll see what we've got when it does finally load. Apologies, again, as I've said in previous videos, apologies if I'm stating the obvious here, I'm explaining things that you already know. I'm talking as though I'm assuming no one's watched, no one's aware of this game or how it works, so, but I'm sure most of you are. Right, so you can see that we've got 22 emails. So let's see if we've got the TV deal first, and then we'll have a look through the rest of the inbox. So if we go to the beginning of the inbox, so message 1, it's normally one of the early ones. Oh, there we go. So you can see that we've received interest, so that's good. So hopefully we're on early evening, but it doesn't really matter. There's 4 slots available. I'm not going to bother which one it is, as long as we get one. That's the main thing. But let's have a look at the rest of the inbox then quickly before I don't want this video to go on too long, so that's why I keep saying quickly. Right, so at the start of each month you get told about birthdays, so Shad Gaspard's 38, which is nice for him. It tells you how much money you made on merchandise, you get that every month. You sometimes get some of these, people just deciding they want more money, which is nice. So again, another reason why I don't like open contracts, prefer written ones, because you don't get that. So World Wrestling Network have got a new TV show, that's not good. Right, and then also at the start of each month you get retirements, both staff and wrestlers. So Lucy Furno's retiring, Oz is retiring. So that's Kevin Nash retiring then, I assume. Mr. Milo Beasley, no idea what that is. Don't know what that is, I'll be honest. I'm sure it's some kind of Japanese legend. Hardcore Holly's retiring. Okay. Fair enough. So that's the so yeah, a few emails. Oh yeah, one I did skip past the 01. So again, I talked about this in the last video. So Japan announced their touring roster at the start of each month. Now, I did have a quick flick through the 01 roster, and there's no one I'm really that interested in. So if any of them that were touring are now not touring, I'm not too bothered about signing them. Having looked at the roster, it looks like some kind of I'm not that familiar with 01, but it was quite a lot of deathmatchy type wrestlers. Seemed to be in that one. So let's have a quick look at 01. So that's the new touring roster. So they've signed Bully Ray, Jay Briscoe, John Moxley, Jun Kasai was touring already with them. Masato Tanaka was already touring with them. They've added Michael Elgin, RVD, and I think Sugi was already retiring. So the roster's much smaller, but it's much more star-studded. Yeah, and if they are going for hardcore product, they've signed the right people, I think it's safe to say. Right. Yeah, if there was anyone worth signing, I'd have made a note of them here. Which brings me nicely onto the next thing I was going to mention. I think March is NJPW. Yeah, so at the start of next month, all these potentially could be we could be able to sign them, maybe on written contracts. But anyway, we'll worry about that at a later date. Okay, so do we need to worry about any of these emails? Let's just get rid of some of the ones we don't need. So we don't care about that. We certainly don't care about that, or that, or that, or that. I do care about that, which we'll sort in a second. We've had a look at that. David Starr's back from injury, so we've got the full tag team champions are both fit and available. Don't know what that is. Bonnie Hammer. Shame that Hardcore Holly. But everybody else, yeah, I can't say I'm too concerned about. I'll have a look at that as well. And then, of course, the pay increases, which actually reminds me of something which I need to do, which we'll do before we start booking. Okay, so let's get the TV deal sorted. So as I said, I don't know if I did say this, I'm not really bothered on the time slot. There's 4 different time slots. For those of you that aren't aware, yeah, we know Sophie stopped telling us that. Right, so we've got the early evening slot that we wanted, so that's good. Right, so quickly before I do that. Now, you don't have to take the TV deal on the day you get it. You can have that sat there for quite a while. So I've done that before. But anyway, but let's go back to. Well, I'm going to go back to a monthly model. Unfortunately, all the names we had at the start of the game, all the event names have gone, but I did actually make a note of them because I do want to put them back in where they were. So February's event was called Neon Nights. So let's put Neon Nights back in. So Neon Nights, and it's going to be a large event rather than a medium one. So say I stick to a medium or large. So we'll do a large one because it's the first one after a TV deal build-up, if that makes any sense. I just need to pick the date. So I want it as late as possible. I also want it on a Saturday. So that means we're going to have it. So how many? If we have it there, how many Thursdays have we got between then? We've got 1, 2, 15th, 22nd. So if we have it on the 24th of February, because I want it on a Saturday, so it doesn't clash with potential. Because all the other promotions have their events on Sundays, so I'm going to have mine on Saturdays, and hopefully that'll draw a bigger audience. So we set on the 24th. That means we've got 4 shows, 4 TV shows before then. So that gives us a nice amount of time to build up to it. So I do want to try and start getting some storylines. We've kind of got a few storylines going. It's not just got a bit of week-to-week stuff going on. Right. So let's get sorted. So we'll stick with Thursdays. So we're early evening. There's still nothing on a Thursday, is there? Let's have a look. I can't remember what it is now. Here we go. TV guide. Yes, it's still nothing on Thursday. Right. So we accept the offer. And the show is going to be called... I really should have thought about this. The show is going to be called... I need to do that as well, don't I? Just a couple of more things I remember I need to do. Right, get on with it. It's less talky, more clicky. Right, so Thursdays. It's only a short contract at first. That's something we need to keep an eye on. I'm going to call the show Warfare. And not because the game's called Extreme Warfare Revenge. But, you know, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla Warfare. Why not? Okay, we've only got one announcer. So it's got to be Dino. And then we've got 3 potential commentators, but of course we'll stick with Excalibur. Are you my announcer? Say you are. Right. Yep. Okay. So we're good to go. So we're gonna have a show straight away, which is interesting. The first of the month is a Thursday. Alrighty then, so we've set that up, so now we need to have a quick look at the ticket prices. So let's do that. Yeah, 27, so the roster's fine. We don't have to worry about the writing staff. Fine, here we go. Right, ticket price. Right, we need to lower advertising campaign as well, apparently, which I think I am going to do. So 10, 15 and 20, so is that... I thought I'd adjusted the ticket prices. Obviously not. Okay, well, fair enough. Unless it just reverts back to what it was before. 10, 15, 20. So apparently that's fine. Yep, so I'll just stick with that, what they're saying. Like, lower the advertising campaign. We'll do that. Because you can only make these adjustments at the start of the month. Right, our money seems to have gone down quite badly. I've got such a bad memory. Yeah, 40% sometimes. Let's do that then. In fact, well, I'll just do a little bit more. I'll do 43. Why not? Might help. Lower merchandising down to 21. You know, I'll leave it. I'll leave it. Right, yeah. So you can see there, we did lose a lot of money last month, which I feared, because the production costs were astronomical. For putting on weekly events rather than having a TV deal. So yeah, not good, and obviously no pay-per-view revenue or anything like that. Right, anyway, let's get on with it. So a couple of last things we need to do that I got reminded about on the emails. So Minoru Suzuki, we don't need you anymore. I don't need you anymore. So we can offer him a release, so that's good. Yep, So we don't have to fire him, which means he doesn't lose any favour with us. I'm also going to make a couple of signings. One of whom is someone we've already got. I haven't actually booked him yet, but I do think Timothy Thatcher is somebody worth having. So, can we offer him a written contract? No, we can't. But what we can do is fire him and rehire him. So that's what we're going to do, I think. Yeah, we'll do that now. We didn't actually, we didn't use him at all last month, did we? But I do want to keep him and use him. So we'll have to do this annoying thing, because it's only still a small promotion, I have to do this annoying thing of signing them on open contracts and then offering them a written when they get here. Yes, we know. Well, we're offering it you now. I'm also going to change his gimmick to Iceman. It's apparently arrogant. I think you need charisma to be it. I think you need charisma for arrogant. The higher the charisma, the more gimmicks a performer can pull off. So I think for arrogant, you need a bit of charisma. And 52's anything under 60, not great. I always try and get at least 70 for things when I'm looking for them. But yeah, anything under 60 isn't good. So 52 charisma is not good. Hopefully Iceman, though, will go down pretty well. Right, there's another couple of people I'm going to sign with a specific reason in mind. And also it'll keep Sophie happy, so we don't have a too small of a roster. Right, let's have a look. Is he available? Yes, he is. Is his partner? Yes, he is. So we're going to try. So we're trying to flesh out the roster. So that's one. And that's two. And I'm not just signing these because they're... Well, I am just signing... I was going to say I'm not just signing these because they're British, but that is actually the reason why I'm signing them. But it's not because I'm British. That's the... I think these are these subculture now. Is that what they're known as? I'm not sure. I think it might be. Could be wrong. Let's have a quick look at the old shortlist. No one's been signed without me knowing. Is there no Io Shirai just working for Smash? And that's it. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Let's get these two signed up and then we'll move on. Right, written, yeah, 1 year. Can't get them to sign longer than a year deals, but it doesn't matter. Because at the minute, I'm only planning on doing a year, but I'll see how this series goes. If people, if it takes off, we may keep it going. Right, so got a new team signed up. Morgan and Mandrews. As I said, I think they're subculture in real life now, but I could be wrong on that one. I'm not an expert. I don't profess to be. Let's give them a new gimmick of Angry Young Man. Because the gimmicks they've currently got are not really conducive to baby faces. At least one of them's charismatic, so hopefully Flash can pull it off. Yeah, Mark Andrews is pretty... Well, I say he's pretty good. His speed's good and his charisma's good, so... We'll see. Fortunately, there's nothing mid-carder, which isn't good, but that doesn't matter again too much. Right, let's go with it then. So, let's book our first TV show. I've got a bit of a plan. So let's do it. Right, the debut episode of Warfare. Before I do that, I just want to make sure I set this up. Yeah, because you can't alter the date once you progress time. So yeah, 24th of February. That is the last Saturday, isn't it? Yeah, that's fine. Neon Nights. We know that's right. I'll put the others back in as we get to them. I'm not going to type them all out now. I may do it off. I may do it when I'm not recording. I do the odd little bit away from the recording, but I want the vast majority to be captured. Anyway, let's get on with it. So, 8 segments again, much like the weekly event. I suppose there's 9 segments if you include the pre-show. But right, let's go then. So we're going to kick things off with a bit of a dream match. At least in my mind, it is. Or a dream match that I think the sort of people that would go to PWG shows that think it's a dream match. So it's actually, we're not going to kick it off with the match. We're going to kick it off with setting the match up. And it's going to be a challenge angle. And it's going to be Will Ospreay calling out Pac. So it's going to be an old British affair. I'm hoping a few of you forgot that Pac was still on the roster. I was intentionally trying to keep it quiet. I want, because of the first TV show, I want there to be kind of a big sort of dream match. And I think that fits the bill quite nicely. So, right, up next, a little bit of a storyline that's been building. So it's another angle. So we're kicking off with a match. It's going to be a 2-on-1 angle. Sorry, 2-on-2 angle. Was it an ambush? No, it's a 2-on-2, yeah. It's going to be running for the quick partner save, yep. So Flamita is going to save Bandido from Aussie Open. Now, if you remember, Aussie in the previous videos, Aussie Open have been a lot of marks on the roster. And a Mark booking it as well. Anyway. Yeah, Mark Davis, yeah. So Aussie Open have been kind of ganging up on Bandido. He made a phone call in a terrible segment. In what was surely a terrible segment, I should say. And his tag partner's now here now, Flamita, to come and save him. Now, Flamita's another one that hasn't been booked yet, so it's going to be his, well, not under me anyway, so it's his debut under me. Let's actually do a match. It's going to be between the two losers from the women's tournament semi-finals. So it's Zeus, I don't know, I don't know, I really should learn how to say that, versus Hania. And Hania is going to win. I think Zeus, yeah, she's going to end up being like a livable loser. Either that or I just need to stop booking it. Then it doesn't matter that I can't. It doesn't matter that I can't say a name. I'm going to have another match and another debut under me. It's going to be Trey, I'm underpaid Miguel, versus Timothy, I'm now contracted to you exclusively Thatcher. That's a nickname I can see. We'll get that on a t-shirt. And of course, Thatcher's Thatch Can, or whatever it was called, wins cleanly. And that's no purpose. Again, Trey Miguel just basically here to do jobs, essentially. And then it's dream match time, I think. Why did we put it on last? Yeah, let's put it... See, I was going to main event... I wanted the women's title to main event. But I feel like Ospreay Pac needs to main event. So let's put that on last. Actually, yeah, let's change it up a little bit. So, Pac versus Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay wins because Pac's going after this show. Bit of a spoiler for you. However, after the match, we're ending with a big angle. Mark Andrews is going to attack Will Ospreay. So we're debuting one of the new signings already. And you know what? That's going to be the purpose of the segment. So we're ending on something big. Now let's go for... What's going to happen here? It's going to be another angle. Didn't mean to do that. So we're just going to do a simple confrontation, no violence. It's going to be Congo Kong and Jeff Cobb, because of course Congo Kong won in the last video. He won a #1 contenders triple threat match, so that's the title match coming up. Then we're going to actually have a title match from the first women's champion. It's going to be Shanna, not Shad Gaspard. It's going to be Shanna versus Jessie Brooks. Women's title, and Shanna's going to win. So well done if you guessed that one at home. If you guessed who the first champion was going to be, it's Shanna. We'll book her cheating because she's a heel. Aftermath. Shanna celebrates. Why not? We'll have some cheap fireworks and some party poppers going off. I don't know. Right, no purpose for that. Even though I suppose the purpose is to crown a champion, but you can't pick that one. And finally, one last segment is going to be an interview with the tag champs, which is JT Dunn and David Starr. And they're going to slag off. They're going to say they're not worried about Crime Time's impending arrival. They don't sweat Crime Time. I think it's something cool they could say. But I can't think of anything. Right, let's get on with it. So Pat getting an ominous point. That's nice. No, that's good. That's helpful for those two. Quite useful. Same, the segment wasn't very good. That was a decent match. There we go. I've got this Iceman where the Arrogant used to be. So, yeah, good to know that. Good to know that Iceman's a better fit for him. That could have been better. There we go. Another decent match. It's time for good women, I think. Good. Everyone's getting over. There we go. So 96% match quality. I didn't think it was going to be that good. 96% match quality between Pac and Will Ospreay. Mark Andrews got a positive response for his gimmicks. That was a pretty good segment. A 4-star rating from old Keith. So that's nice. Right, well, thanks, Pac. I'm glad I put that on last now rather than the women's title. I don't want to project. I do want to project an image though that the regulars that have the titles is more important than these one-off sort of gimmicky type booking for the sake of it dream matches. I mean, wrestling fans. I think wrestling fans prefer regulars than part-timers turning up. Could be wrong. Right, so Will Ospreay wants to be high up the card. I'm not surprised after that. Right, we may be able to sign him permanently at the end of this month. I'm going to keep an eye on that. Because my plan was to get rid of him, but the fact New Japan... anyway, we'll worry about that another time. So Dan Burgess, been signed by... Is he retiring? I don't know. I feel like I've seen that name before. Or did he just leave somebody else? I can't remember. I got a 1.41 for Warfare. So let's see if that's any good or not. Right, the fact she said I have nothing to report suggests that's not a very good rating. So that's not good. What's the maximum we could have got? 1.9. Yeah, now you see the TV rating there's a lot of things that depends on. The size of the promotion is a bit of a factor, but also the strength of the market. So if the market's strong, then you're more likely to get a better TV. You're more likely to get a better rating, basically. But public image has gone up, which is nice. Anything else to report? Pac and Ospreay will work well together. You don't say. That's what we pay you the big bucks for. Right, unfortunately, Pac, it's time for you to pack your bags and get on out of here. But I am going to make another signing. Okay. Right, anyway, sorry about that. Just got distracted there. I do have a little plan. I don't know if I said this, but I'm going to break the fourth wall here. I don't know if I said this, but I've got a little plan next to me as to what to do and when. So when I get to, so I'm not sat thinking what I'm to actually book. I know what I'm booking and what I'm doing. when I get to it. Whether it works or not is a totally different matter. But I do have a bit of a plan, which I'm trying to stick to the best I can. Although I have actually done I've acted on the fly a couple of times so far. Right, Pack, you can. Your work here is done. So we can part on good terms. Hopefully, you can come back. Maybe one day. I am also going to hire somebody, and it's somebody that has been released. Michael Dante. That look like... Is that Parker... That's like Parker Boudreaux. I don't think it will be, but it looks a bit like him. Anyway, we're not going to hire him. We're going to hire her. Mia Yim. So once again, because we need to... we need more than 4 women. Yeah, I'm just making sure I put the... I remember once I booked a match on an old version of this game. I booked a match and I forgot to make it for the title. So then it was for a new champion. So then when I got to their first title defense, I booked them to defend the title, and I got a message saying the champion's not in the match. Are you sure you want to book this? And then that's when I realised that I'm not actually. And ironically as well, it was at WrestleMania. I think it was either the WrestleMania match was the first defense, or the WrestleMania match was the title defense. Then when I got to the next event, it was. Anyway, yeah. So I do like to. That's one of those mistakes for me that I only make once, and then I'm a bit anal with it. Making sure. Right, so Mia Yim is in. So let's get her signed up. Just to keep that roster, we need to keep that roster building. I don't have too many debuts. I don't have debuts every month or too many debuts, but we can have. Yeah, we need to start growing the roster. Right, so Mia Yim's in, so we can take her off the shortlist if we've got her on it, which we haven't. We've got her on the notepad. Yes, we have. So we can delete her out of that. So this is just a few more to keep an eye on. Okay, so I think we're good, up and running now. So let's crack on with it. I'm not really sure. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm still kind of finding my feet with this series. I'm not really sure whether to just talk about what's actually happening or actually just talk about wrestling in general, which is something that I don't mind doing, I have to say. In general, we're still 11th. Still bigger than Shikara. I mean, World Wrestling Network and House of Hardcore, given our image, they must be close to moving up to Cult. Because if and when that happens, they will make a lot of signings. So let me just have a quick look, because I think it tells you on here. It's a House of Hardcore. Oh, they're already Cult. Okay. World Wrestling Network. They're already Cult as well. So that's why they're bigger than us. Maybe I should have thought about that. No, don't worry, we'll edit all that out. We'll edit out my stupidity. I didn't think they were, so apologies for that. Yeah, see, once you get into this game, you don't really get a lot of emails. You just get TV ratings. Even then, you can turn them off in the settings. I don't know how to leave them on, to be honest, because I never look at them. Right, no event on that particular Sunday. Yeah, up to 94% image, which is nice. Where are we? Yeah, if you go to here, you can. Yeah, where is it? TV shows held. You can turn them off if you want. So you don't have to look at them. Oh, I was going to load them, but it's not. Right, nearly at the next show. Just nearly at half an hour in. As I said, I don't want this video to go on too long. I was hoping to get 3 shows in here, but I really want to keep this 45. I was hoping for 45 minutes at the absolute most. So I may only do 2 shows, but then if we do 3 shows, we can do 1 show and then the paper. I don't know. Anyway, let's just see how we're getting on. So again, a lot of shows on Wednesdays, so nothing really going on. 94%. Right, so the second episode of Warfare. Let's see if we can. I don't think we'll do a better show because of that main event, but can we increase our rating up from 1.41 to something that something that the network will actually acknowledge exists? Let's see. Alrighty then. So we've got rid of Pac. We've hired Mia Yim. We've got 8 segments to go this week. Don't know why I said that. Let's get on with it. So we're going to kick things off with Excalibur booking a match. And he's going to book a tag match for tonight. That's what he's going to do. From his announcing desk. And it's going to be the team of Congo Kong and Mark Haskins, not Mark Andrews or Davis, taking on the team of Jeff Cobb and Orange Cassidy. They've kind of been interlinked. Obviously, we're building up to the Kong Cobb title match. I say Kong Cassidy then. Right, then we'll have a match. Our regular jobber, Trey Miguel, is going to stare at the lights again, this time for Kushida. So it's going to be a face versus face match. Kushida versus Trey Miguel. That's sometimes why I do like keeping people around that I've not really got any intention of sort of doing anything with, because they can just eat pinfalls all the time. I wish you also have somebody like that. So Kushida wins cleanly, but then the Iceman cometh. It's Glacier. It isn't really, but the Iceman cometh and he's going to attack Kushida. Because that's going to be our next feud, believe it or not. It's quite simple, this stuff, really, isn't it? So build up to future match. Why, we don't know. Next up, we're going to talk to the Billy Goat. And what he's going to do is criticise Mark Andrews. So the announcer, what? Why did Mark Andrews attack you? Well, I have no idea. He's probably jealous of me. Then we're going to have another interview. This time with Hania. She can be a bit more directive with these interviews, but basically the point of this interview is going to be, oh, you're facing a mystery opponent today. Any ideas who it might be? And then she's just say, well, no, I don't care, because I'm great. I won last week. I'm back on the horse, so to speak, because she's a native Indian. They ride horses. That may have just been I may have inadvertently just really offended a large demographic of people there, but I don't know. If I did, I apologise. That wasn't the intention. I can absolutely promise you. So, next segment is going to be an angle. So we're going to turn this women's title thing into a really big deal. So we're going to have a celebration angle for Shanna. So it's going to be basically a title awarding ceremony, basically. Next up is going to be the Shanna match, not the Shanna match, the Hania match. It's going to be Hania against Mia Yim, making a debut. So guess who's going to win? We'll actually put a purpose on this one. Right, 2 segments to go. The good thing about these TV deals, about these early evening TV deals, we only have 3 matches. So I prefer having angles. I don't like to have a lot of matches. I prefer angles and then save the matches for the events. But yeah, so that is quite useful. So we just need one more match, which is of course going to be the a bit like Christian, which is of course going to be the one that Excalibur booked at the beginning. Okay, so next up is going to be a challenge. So again, we're trying to build for next week. We're trying to advertise something in advance. So tag challenge for next show is going to be Aussie Open challenging Mexiblood. It should have been the other way around. I don't know, I've got it that way around. Probably should have been the other way around, but it doesn't matter. We'll do it that way around. We'll show Aussie Open having some guts, even though they're the heels. And then finally, this main event. Of course, the big tag match. I shouldn't call it a big tag match. You need to be careful with Cobb's, because he's costing me each time I book him. That is Will Ospreay, of course. I think Cobb cost him a little bit more. Right, so Orange Cassidy and the Champ versus Mark Haskins and the Challenger. And of course, Kong's a wrecking ball. A Red Kong ball. So he beats Orange Cassidy, not Jeff Cobb, obviously. To try and save that one. Wins cleanly. No aftermath. And of course, we're building. Okay. Let's go. Let's see how that goes down. Good. 71%. Okay, crowd reaction was yeah, if you don't book face versus heel, I really, yeah, I don't think it likes it. I've obviously had a few heel versus heel matches, but I thought face versus face wasn't as much of a problem, but maybe it is. Oh, is he a heel, Trey Miguel? He might actually be a heel. I don't know. Anyway, move on. Yeah, fair enough. Good. 71%, that was better than I thought it was going to be. 85%, that was way better than I thought it was going to be. Good debut there for Mia Yim. So I think she could be a good little addition to the roster. The stats are good, so that should have been a good match. And it was. Aussie Open getting... It should be called Aussie Over. They're really getting over every single segment. Decent match. Cassidy's stats aren't great, but yeah, fair enough. 61%, I'll take that. Anything over 60, I'll take. Especially at this stage when we're not blessed with big stars. We're creeping up towards cult status, so that's good. In fact, we may be able to do it next week. Haskins thinks she should be out of the card. Well, I don't, so apologies for that. Right. So that's good. That's all good, right? We'll do one more segment. We'll do one more show actually. Let's get 3 in a video. Let's move on quickly, and then we can. Then we've got the next show. We'll have the go home show, and then the pay-per-view or the event. It's not a pay-per-view, but you know what I mean. Right. I also need to keep signing more people, keeping this roster building. But we'll not do that for now. Let's just get this next show booked, and then we'll go from there. Actually, no, we will. Yeah, let's hire. Yeah, we'll hire somebody. I tell you, we're gonna hire. Right, we do need to make one sign in here. I'm just looking at my plans. So yeah, we're gonna make one sign in, and it's gonna be this rather attractive lady. I think what's she called the next two? Was it Maxine? Am I thinking of somebody totally different? Anyway, whatever she was called. She was in NXT anyway, but I think she became more famous in. I think she was in Lucha Underground. Right, yeah, let's get her signed up. Keep that roster growing. I don't want to say too much about this signing because there is a little bit of a plan in place. I've got the same TV rate. I forgot to check that. Got the same rating. Well, if we stick her on television, the horny teenagers might like it. So let's sign her up. And I'm actually going to change her gimmick from Seductress. And we're going to change it to... And I don't want to try... sometimes I'm trying not to give too much away as to what I'm planning for certain people, but I don't think this will give too much away. So it's actually going to be City Slicker we're going to change it to. Yep, okay. Right. Let's go. Just realised I thought I'd got to the next show, but I hadn't. So let's see what happens in between. Anything other than TV. I'm hoping there's nothing other than TV deals to be honest. I don't want anybody to get signed that I've kind of got plans for. Ooh, this doesn't look good. 36 emails. Right, what's happened here? What's happened here? Let's see. CMLL have probably done something. Right, AA have fallen to cult level. Okay. CMLL have fallen to cult level. That's why they've probably released people. Right, James Storm. Stu Bennett, which is, of course, Wade Barrett. So James Storm and Wade Barrett now work for AAA. Okay, I can see them doing... I don't know any Lucha Libre. Well, La Magistrals, I don't know. Hurricane Runners to the outside, I don't know. Minoru Suzuki, he'll definitely be doing Hurricane Runners to the outside. Michael Elgin's left Crash. They'd only just signed him. Matt Morgan. Homicide. Well, at least I think he's Mexican. Sabu. Well, he's a good... Rouge, that's a good one. So Suzuki's gone to CMLL, which is interesting. So he's left Smash. Masato Tanaka. Homicide again. Shingo Takagi. I mean, obviously CMLL and New Japan, I think they have a bit of a working relationship. So I know you used to be able to watch. You used to be able to watch CMLL on New Japan World. I don't know if you still can or not. Other streaming services are available, of course. Hiroki Goto, Michael Elgin. So Michael Elgin's popular as well as Minoru Suzuki. Ivar's gone to Crash now. Okay. It's like I'm ODB. Takagi popped up again, and then of course the staff members have been fired. Tim White was that? You can't fire Tim White. What are they doing? Interesting. So Suzuki's soon found work. I mean, he was already at New Japan anyway. So again, no one we've got Orion's been signed apart from Io Shirai. Although actually, I mean, said that, yeah, there's a few open. A couple of the tag teams have been signed. Anyway, that was interesting. By the time he gets his next show, it's going to be about 45 minutes. In fact, I think I'm going to call it a day, actually. I think I will call it a day. Yeah, I'm not going to do the next show. I want to try and keep this under 45 minutes. I think it's just going to go past it. Okay, so it's a big Sunday. There's been a lot of events on this Sunday. How many events was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8 events. 8 events on that Sunday, so yeah. I'll tell you we're going to end the video. We're going to end this video on the day I'm recording it. That's what we're going to do. So hopefully you'll all love that idea, because it's Valentine's Day. That's where we're gonna finish. Yeah, it's since February 14th in real life when I'm recording this. So yeah, so we'll end on Valentine's Day. Yeah, as I said, we'll stop the video for now. So the next video, I'm gonna try and get through. We've got 2 more shows before the first sort of pay-per-view. It's not a pay-per-view, but you know what I mean. Neon Nights. So I'm gonna try. I think in the next video, I'm gonna try and get the next 2 shows done and the pay-per-view. And we're also probably going to go to Cult side. So the next video might be a little bit longer. Because when we go to Cult, we're going to need to do a bit of work. But for now, we'll we'll call it a day for now. So yeah, I think that's a good point to stop. So yeah, the next video might be a bit of a bumper one. So hopefully so we're getting there. We're starting to put some groundwork in place. We're starting to move a little bit quicker, I think. So yeah, that was good. So 2 good shows there, I thought. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, then please like and share the video. You can also leave a comment on the video should you choose to that. Please give me some of your booking ideas. That'd be nice. I'm not going to record in advance too much. I'm hoping when I catch up with real life with this series, I can. If anyone does leave booking suggestions, I can read them and maybe start to build them in a bit more. But yeah, please use some booking ideas if you're interested in this series. Also, you can also head over to YouTube. To the channel, on YouTube, The Uncommentator. You can watch the rest of the videos in the series if you want to get caught up, or if I've uploaded more when you've watched this. Anyway, yeah, you can watch the entire series on YouTube if you want to do that, as well as all the other games I've played through on the channel. It's not just PC games. I've got some Sega games. I've got Nintendo, 64 and Super Nintendo. I've got, as I said, PlayStation 1 and 2, Sega. Plenty of games on the channel for you to go and check out. But Joe, next time we're going to be moving on to the rest of the second half of the month, getting towards our big Neon Nights, our big extravaganza. But to get to that point, for now, from me, It's sayonara.